大陸の平和のために。大陸に害なす者は私が止める。
Hello, I'm Silver Octus, and the units coming this week to Octopath Traveler COTC are the Halloween Girls, Elrica EX, and Detrana EX. This video is focusing on Elrica EX, the Phantom Thief, who also received some actual buffs that might actually change her quite a bit, and how she's perceived. So for her overview, her role overview, she is a thief, and her role is a shield shave support from the back row plus ultimate buffer, which is new. Her special abilities is that she can perform follow-up attacks from the back row anytime someone in the front row attacks that always shave shields, can also shave shields with her swift strikes, and finally buff the front row with her newly buffed ultimate. She also swaps to the back row after nearly all her skills. Her preferred weapons would be just Fortune Daggers for Patk or Cosmic. Preferred accessories, buff Extension A4 if any to spare to extend her ultimate buffs longer, back row buffing accessories to assist her row partner. Breaker gear can be a solid option as well if using her all shield shave swift strikes to break. So for her passive skills, her first passive is that while she's in the back row, her paired ally gains a 5% SP regen plus 10% damage taken reduction. Her 3-star passive is that while in the back row, after another front row ally uses an attack, not counting ultimates or counterattacks, Elrica EX performs a one-hit AoE dagger follow-up attack that always reduces shield points. And her TP passive is that while there is a broken enemy, Elrica EX's abilities exploit all physical weaknesses. So kind of like Hikari, but just anytime there's a broken enemy, she can always get bonus damage. As for her skills, her base kit, she has a one-hit single-target dagger, a 3-hit single-target dagger that exploits lightning, always reduces shield points, and then swaps to the back row, and at max boost becomes 5 hits instead. If hearing "and" that many times was a little weird to you on a base kit, it's because yes, this was very much a Giga buff skill, as the always reducing shield points, swapping to the back row, and getting extra hits at max boost was all newly added. Her 1-star skill is a 3-hit random target dagger that exploits lightning and then swaps to the back row, which is now entirely pointless to use after how the first skill got buffed. Her 2-star skill is an AoE 15% physical defense magic defense down for 2 to 5 turns, then swap to the back row. She has a front row plus paired ally 15% physical attack / magic attack up for 2 to 5 turns, then swap to the back row. The only thing to note about this is that this actually does buff herself and her row partner and the other 3 units in the front row. And then her 3-star skill is a one-hit single-target dagger that exploits lightning and swap to the back row. And the power is increased by 2 times if the target is broken. The buff to have 2 times power versus broken foes is part of her buffs. Unfortunately, that doesn't really do anything because it's just a one-hit nuke, so you're never going to use it. Her 4-star skill is her Swift Strikes for 2 to 5 turns. That's a 2-hit AoE dagger. And at 6-star, the 6-star skill evolution is that the skill will always reduce shield points, so it becomes her 2-hit AoE shield shave at the start of every turn. This was buffed to be 2 hits instead of just 1, making it really much more useful for potentially breaking or just more shield damage in general. Her 5-star skills are both priority skills. The first one is a 4-hit single-target dagger that exploits lightning and then swap to the back row. And the other one is a 6-hit random target dagger that exploits lightning and then swaps to the back row. As neither of them are really that good in terms of power or hit count, but they exist. Her TP skill is a countdown of 3 turns and then she swaps to the back row. At the end of the countdown, she'll perform a 4-hit AoE dagger that always reduces shield points. Yay. Her EX skill plus ultimate technique. Her EX skill has 2 total uses that's unlocked from turn 3 onwards. It's a 2-hit single target dagger with a 100,000 damage cap up and then swap to the back row. This was buffed to go from 50,000 to 100,000 damage cap up. So, I mean, since she can technically attack any weakness in the game, if she happens to be like supporting a unit that doesn't do a lot of damage, then you could use her EX skill to do some damage, I guess, from the back row, I suppose. Otherwise, I really wouldn't bother with this because it's only 2 hits. It's just kind of like it exists. Her ultimate technique is a support class ultimate. It's called Crown of Wrath. It gives herself 50% potency up for 2 turns, meaning that if she were going to use her to nuke, you would nuke on the next turn. And then swap to the back row. She gains a 200% charge bonus that will grant the front row 10% physical attack / magic attack up, plus dead aim, plus the ability to crit with magic for 2 turns. This scales to 100% self-potency up, 20% physical attack, magic attack up, and a 3-turn duration at ultimate level 10, and scales to 150% potency up, self-potency up, and 30% physical attack / magic attack up, and still 3-turn duration at ultimate level 20. At ultimate 20, she gains 40% charge per BP, 80% charge with AU, and that means it'll take 4 BP to fully charge / 2 BP to fully charge with AU. The 200% gauge activation bonus is the back surge, which means she can activate it from the back row before her front row ally acts that turn. AU priority, if you are actively using her, I would AU her first, otherwise go for her must-own A4 over time instead. And yes, this ultimate technique was buffed to include the physical attack / magic attack buffs at 200% charge, as she did not have those prior. And so the fact that she now buffs physical attack and magic attack and gives dead aim is really, really good potentially. And because she can back surge it, so it's like even better. So for her awakenings in a A4 accessory, A1, she has poor base P attack, so if using her to DPS, this will every little bit helps. A2 is a luxury, but can be useful. A3 is normally HP is great, but she's like almost always in the back row, so really not at risk that often anyway. Her A4 accessory is called L's Calling Card. It gives 60 physical attack and 80 crit. And while in the back row, the front row gains 20,000 damage cap up, plus AoE 10% dagger res down on all enemies. The A4 tier rating is this. This is an S tier A4. This is a must-own A4 to exchange for over time. That's why it's S tier versus SS tier. Because like you don't want to like dump all your rubies for it. You can just exchange for it over time. Because it gives passive damage cap up to your DPS units without them having to wear it. So you want this. Like, you 100% want this A4 over time. I don't care what level of player you are, this is on the list to start exchanging for. The bonus dagger res down can also be quite helpful depending on what other accessories you have. And as just like a little quick side on the reason why that is damage cap is the most important resource in the entire game. You can never have enough of it, so being able to give your main DPS units more damage cap without them having to use an accessory slot is exceedingly good. Because only being in the back row is very easy to have for condition, especially if she's on your team, because she's always back there anyway. Just for the record, for all players, the order to exchange for A4s would be in order: Bargello A4, Hikari A4, Agnea A4, and then this A4. Because all of those are damage cap A4s. Bargello gives 100k cap to whoever wears it. Hikari is 50k cap, plus also the breaker accessory, the breaker options, which are really, really good. And Agnea A4 is 30,000 damage cap to the entire front row if the wearer's in the front row. And this one gives 20,000 damage cap to the front row if the wearer's in the back row. So this is very, very easy to set up, and it's free passive damage cap to your main units. It's a must-own A4. For an optimal skill loadout, for skill 1, I would take her 3 to 5 hit random target dagger that always reduces shields. It's a strong nuke option and a good shield shaver that puts her in the back row. Thanks to the buffs to it, it always reduces shields, so easy peasy. Skill 2, Swift Strikes, her 2-hit AoE that always uses shields. This is a must-have and activate, because if you have her active, you want to definitely throw this out, so she's just passively shaving shields every single turn as well. For skill 3, you could take her front row plus paired ally buff, because if you don't have any other buffers, or this can help cap or extend buffs, this is always useful to have. Skill 4, the AoE enemy debuff, because like all her skills swap her back to the back row, so having her be able to do something that's helpful can be an option, or she can just sit there. You can swap 3 and 4 as needed if you don't have A2. Alright, so for unit synergy, this one's going to be a little interesting. Elrica EX, in my opinion, is not a dagger DPS as her best use. Her shield shave support and unique new ultimate can give her a lot more utility. Thus, she can thrive as a permanent backpack unit that can also help shave shields universally, both with her passive, swift strikes, and skills that pop her back after using them. Then her damage reduction, passive plus SP regen for her row partner, and her ultimate, she can 200% back surge cast above everyone, can allow some interesting team setups. So like Kilns, for example, is a tank that would love getting an extra 10% less damage. And even though he already can do 30% cap physical attack and magic attack up, Elrica can just stack with the duration with his, so you're just lasting even longer with it, so why not? Plus, she also gives dead aim. Cecil is probably the best use of her. It's a cover tank with less damage reduction than Kiln, so another 10% less while he covers everyone would be even better. Plus, she just stays at the back row anyway, because like she could back row shield shave while Cecil auto covers everybody because she pops to the back row. So like she's an amazing backpack for Cecil. Mydia, a must-own physical support in the near future. Elrica EX would make a great backpack, as Mydia needs to always be in the front row for her passives to properly work. So Elrica's passive SP regen keeps her topped up and keeps her alive with her damage reduction, and can back surge / stay back row when helping to shield shave to ensure Mydia's always front row for when your DPSs are attacking. Mydia is a quick little spoiler for people that if you somehow don't know about her. If you've ever seen videos from JP and stuff where the enemy, like, you do all these hits and then you do 2 extra hits after that, that's Mydia. Mydia is the one that gives everybody 2 extra follow-up attacks that are really strong. That's why she's so important. As a note, this unit post-buffs just has some new utility for smaller accounts. Well-built accounts and speed clears really won't have a ton of use for her likely. Alright, so to pull or not to pull plus Howard Raider. As explained prior, Elrica EX has some interesting new utility from her buffs. Before, she was honestly really mid and only mattered to Ohm to gain access to her A4. And while you still really want that A4, weaker accounts can really use her as an ultimate buffer and shield shave support or even breaker. Accounts lacking Canary could use her as a universal breaker unit that can give the entire front row capped ultimate P attack / magic attack and dead aim. So it may really come down to how well built your account is, and she won't help with speed clearing, but she is an excellent backpack to Cecil or Mydia in the future as well. So it's worth considering trying her out, since you may still grab her for her A4. Pull advice is just advice. Please pull responsibly and have fun your way. But for Tier 4 free to play, if you heavily rely on Cecil, consider her if you have a good stack of rubies, 15k plus. This is also a great place to drop 6k if you're lacking Shauna to pass pity her. Or if you're lacking any other MT you really want, like this is, it has now become a great banner to pass pity to pick up any missing MTs, because the next MT after them is not going to be coming out for a while, because it won't be until Mahrez or Aviette, depending on which one Nettie's drops first. So there is going to be a nice break and new MT units for a good bit. For Tier 3, low spin / passes, same as above, but if you still want to grab one if you can to have access to her A4. Tier 2, Dolphins, A0, exchange for A4 / AU later. Tier 1, Whales, A4, and can exchange for AU later, up to you. Overall rating, DPS C, support SS, not available, nothing for healing or tanking. Overall tier A+. Like I said, this isn't like a must-own unit now outside for wanting the A4, so do consider your options carefully, but as in, her buffs do make her actually usable now, like, because before she was like honestly maybe a C tier at best. Like that ultimate buff alone and like getting that extra hit in the shield shave for the Swift Strikes, honestly, kind of almost made her jump like almost 2 whole tiers in my opinion, so she's no longer just mid. So yeah, she's really cool. And if you love Elrica, you're already going to get her anyway, so now she's even better. I probably will try to get one, because as I said, I'm in the category of I really want her A4 anyway, so we'll see what happens there. Otherwise, please let me know if there's any other types of content you want to see for COTC. Please like and subscribe for more. And, of course, let me know how you did if you pulled for her. Otherwise, thanks for everyone watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. See ya.